Hello, my name is John McIntyre, and in this video I will be explaining the current state of the Alberta energy system and some of the changes that will be occurring in the next few years. Topics that will be covered include the current state of electricity generation, current greenhouse gas emissions, the Alberta Climate Leadership Plan, some of the proposed alternatives, the change in the electricity market structure, and what effects this will all have on Albertans. As of March 2018, Alberta has just over 16,600 megawatts of installed capacity being provided by 384 generating units. These units must provide a peak demand of nearly 11,700 megawatts, which occurs in the winter. There are currently over 200 electricity providers in Alberta, but 5 of them dominate the industry. In 2016, Alberta generated 82.3 terawatt hours of electricity alone, and is the third largest producer of electricity in Canada. In this chart, we can see that coal-fired power plants dominate electricity production. Cogeneration is the second most popular source, followed by natural gas and green energy sources. Here we can see a breakdown of greenhouse gas emissions by province. Alberta clearly leads the way with about 270 megatons of carbon dioxide per year. Note how fast the emissions have increased in 25 years compared to the others. Ontario produces about the same amount of emissions today as Alberta did in 1990, yet has a population over 3 times higher. So how will Alberta lower its emissions? Well, it's simple. They decided to create the Alberta Climate Leadership Plan. This will involve implementing a carbon levy of $30 per ton of carbon emitted from fuel, residential heating, and industry. The government will also phase out all coal-generated facilities by 2030 and replace them with natural gas generators where feasible. More energy systems will be developed, while the oil sands will see emissions capped to 100 megatons per year. Methane emissions will be reduced by 45% as well. Since Alberta wants to completely remove coal generation from the picture, they will require a fair amount of alternative sources to replace it. The government plans on having 30% of the electricity generated come from green energy sources, but this could be difficult since a lot of wind farms already exist in southern Alberta where the wind is strongest. Even if the government converts the coal-fired units to natural gas, both are still fossil fuel sources in the end, even if natural gas is more efficient. We will likely see more cogeneration facilities implemented alongside carbon capture and sequestration units. The government also said more flexible microgeneration options will be made available to the public, so there is a good chance we will see more solar energy, home energy storage solutions, and additional rebates on green technology. Now, what about the changes to the electricity market? At the moment, Alberta runs off a deregulated, energy-only style market where electricity is dispatched to meet current demand. This happens all in real time, and the generators are only paid for the electricity produced, not the amount they are capable of producing. The energy suppliers submit a bid to the Alberta Electric System Operator, who creates a merit order from the numerous bids based on price. Finally, the lowest priced electricity is dispatched first, while the higher priced electricity is dispatched only when demanded. This style of market is aimed at creating competition between generating companies to see who can create the most efficient electricity for the consumer. As part of the Climate Leadership Plan, the Albertan energy market will have a capacity system implemented as well. Instead of selling the electricity itself, companies will sell the capacity to produce the electricity. This means that the generator must produce the amount of electricity required in order to meet demand up to the purchase capacity. The company will purchase the capacity years ahead of when it's required, giving it ample time to prepare. This system will result in consistently reliable electricity at a more stable price, since companies will be able to anticipate and prepare for production. It is also much easier to incorporate new alternative sources into the market. So how will all these changes affect Albertans? Well, it's kind of obvious that we will have a more clean and healthy environment. The electricity system will be more stable and provide more consistent rates while allowing alternative sources to be integrated easily. Unfortunately, we will see the cost of fuel increase due to the new carbon levies. Reducing the greenhouse gases will potentially save Alberta up to $3 billion in healthcare costs and greatly increase air quality. Even though the coal industry will be hurt with layoffs and shutdowns, a renewable energy market will be created to drive innovative research and production. Overall, the long-term benefits will outweigh the short-term negatives in the Alberta energy system. Thank you for watching and listening to my video. If you'd like more information on the changes, please check out the links below.